Thank you for joining me. I am Pastor Maxwell. Now we're here. Why startups fail? I'll be sharing with you three main reasons startups fail and how faith can actually sustain the founder of businesses, entrepreneurs, how faith can sustain them. This is Faith and Fortune Finance. We guide you on strategies, step-by-step guide on investing, on budgeting, on saving, and how to achieve financial freedom. According to CB Insights, 66% of startups fail within the first 10 years, often from avoidable mistakes. But here is the hope. When founders anchor their ventures in faith, in strategy, and resilience, they increase their survival chances. They also enhance their legacy. This video is going to explore top 3 reasons startups fail. Then we share how faith-driven mindset can turn setbacks into stepping stones. Psalms 127 verse 1. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. The top 3 reasons startups fail with case studies. Number 1, no real market need. Example, Quibi, which is 2020, raised about $1.75 billion and shut down in 6 months. Why? People didn't want a mobile-only streaming service during the pandemic when they were already at home. So, founders often fell in love with their product, not their customer's problem. That's one of the reasons their startups fail. When founders chooses to fall in love with their product, with their services, with their ideas, with their innovation, rather than falling in love with the customer's problem, because you are a founder to solve a problem of a customer or customers. If you fail to do this, your startup will fail. It can last. Market validation is not optional. It's the first step. So, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. Proverbs 15:22. Involve God and real feedback before building. After hearing God, praying to God, seeking the guidance of God, God is involved. Then next to do is real feedback. You need real feedback before you launch out, before you start building. Number 2, poor cash flow management. Poor cash flow management. Pet.com, rapid expansion without managing operational costs. That is one of the examples. There was rapid expansion without managing operational costs. As a result, it failed. Signs of this mistake: overspending before first revenue. It makes startups to fail. Failing to track expenses will also make startups to fail. If you fail to track your expenses over time, your business, your innovation, your invention will fail. As an entrepreneur, you will fail. This is not diabolical or witchcraft. Failing to track expenses will make you fail in business. Relying on future sales instead of current profit will also make startups to fail. So, business tips to use. Number 1, use tools like Wave or QuickBooks to manage budgets, invoices, and forecasts. The Bible says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Luke 16:10. Start small. Track very, very well and grow gradually. This is how faith can help you as a founder, rather than fail to succeed. Number 3, leadership burnout or ego. Leadership burnout or ego. This is one of the major reasons startups fail. Leadership burnout. For the past 2 months, I've been sick. I decided to take a leave. Not shooting videos. I decided to have some time for myself, taking my treatments and trying to recover and also rest for a while. That's why you have not been seeing my video for a couple of weeks now. Leadership burnout is real. This can make businesses to fail. When you are not paying attention to your need as a leader, body, mind, and soul, you are not paying attention to your spirit, you are not paying attention to the signs you are feeling in your body regarding your health. Burnout. Over a period of time, you will fail in business. The business will fail, it will collapse. Example, Theranos. Leadership driven by secrecy and ego led to $1 billion crash. What happens? Founders overwork. They want to meet up all the targets that is set out for themselves for the week or the month or the year. Quarterly targets, yearly targets, monthly targets, or weekly or daily targets. As I said minutes ago, I paid attention to the signs I was feeling on my body. I wasn't feeling fine. I had to take a break. Viewers can wait while I recover. YouTube channel can wait while I recover. Other businesses and engagements, even preaching engagements, had to wait while I recover. Founders overwork. They isolate or ignore red flags that could potentially lead to the failure of their startups or the businesses or investment. Ego blocks collaboration and learning. This is why some startups fail, because of ego. They don't want to collaborate, they don't want to learn from others. Team collapse under unclear vision. Your team will collapse under unclear vision. So even Jesus worked in teams, 12 disciples, 72, and he also rested. Mark chapter 6 verse 31. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 16 verse 18. How faith sustains founders through these storms. Faith is not just a moral compass, it's a mental fuel. Number one, faith anchors your vision. You remember why you started. You seek to serve, not just sell. You focus on impact, not on income. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Number two, faith fights fear of failure. Startups are scary. Rejection, scared of losses, scared of competition, and a lot of other fears. But faith reminds you your work or your worth isn't tied to wins. This you need to know. So, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Faith removes fears and replaces it with clarity. Number three, faith builds community and accountability. Isolation kills vision. This you need to understand if you are a business startup. If you are an entrepreneur, you're just a startup. Isolation kills vision. Christian entrepreneurs thrive in faith-centered networks, mastermind groups, and prayer teams. Join groups like Christian Business Fellowship International, Faith-Driven Entrepreneur, and local church business forums. Two are better than one. If either of them falls, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. So I'm placing a table on the screen now so that you can see mistakes to mastery. You see mistake, you see business solution, you see faith application. The table is right on the screen. Building without market need, mistake, business solution, validate before launch, faith application, seek wisdom and counsel. Proverb 15:22, you see poor cash flow, that is a mistake. You use budgeting tools, that is solution. And then stewardship, or steward what you have, Luke 16 verse 10. Now, founder burnout or ego, which is a mistake. Solution, share leadership, rest, which I've done for some weeks now. And stay humble. Proverb 16 verse 18. Bullet points to remember. 66% of startups fail from fixable mistakes. Learn from others. A business without need, finding, or leadership clarity will collapse. Faith sustains founders emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Rest, reflect, and wise counsel are just as essential as strategy. So, it's not about ideas, it's about making ideas happen. Scott Belsky, Behance founder. So faith is taking the first step even when you didn't or you don't see the whole staircase. That is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Further reading, Faith-Driven Entrepreneurs, Henry Kessner. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again in another powerful video. I am Pastor Maxwell Nawia.